an angel mom. Her beautiful daughter, Kayla Hamilton, was murdered by an MS-13 member in 2022. Kayla had just turned 20 years old, and she was raped and murdered by someone who should not have been in our country. Yet, he was released, flown to Maryland, where he committed this violent murder. I just want you to hear from Tammy. Tammy represents not only herself and her family, but all of the great angel moms around this country who have suffered because of what the Biden administration did, and it is over.
Thank you for having me here today and being able to share Kayla's story. Her murderer was able to come across the border knowing that he was flagged as an MS-13 gang member, and he had a criminal record in 2020 in El Salvador for illicit gang activity. He came over as an unoccupied alien child, saying that he was afraid of gang activity in his country. Health and Human Services called him a nice boy, and he showed age-appropriate behavior. That fell so wrong when he murdered my daughter. He ended up in Maryland, where he was able to rent a room in the same mobile home as her. We thought it was a legit company that were renting out these rooms, but it turned out that it was another illegal immigrant
shout out to
owned these mobile homes.
Shout out to Barry
He
Cunningham
knew
on
Walter
Fanfare.
from El Salvador.
Barry
He
Cunningham.
knew him and allowed him to rent a room with my child.
That's why I'm watching this feed from, but I had to get
Kayla
this.
just turned 20 years old 3 days before she was murdered. Her murderer was only living there for 5 days before he viciously strangled her, raped her, and left her on the floor like trash and robbed her of $6. I have been sharing her story for over 2.5 years to bring change, because this should have not have ever happened to Kayla, and it shouldn't be happening to other families being hurt by the border. Homeland Security did not do their jobs. They did not check his background.
Oh, I'll watch it. I know it's on
sponsor's house to go live wherever he wanted. And I am going to continue sharing Kayla's story to help save others and to bring awareness of what was happening under the Biden-Harris administration. And I'm so thankful for
Attorney General Pam Bondi's press conference. So there's going to be some charges going after Letitia James and all the rest of these corrupt officials that have been going after Trump this whole time. So there's big stuff right here.
By having their child murdered by somebody that shouldn't be here. And I'm going to continue, sharing it, and for Kayla, and also for others. Thank you.
And it's my understanding that he also admitted to other murders, correct? Multiple murders.
He wrote a letter, and it was intercepted in jail, that he committed 4 murders and 2 rapes.
And that's who we were letting walk into our country. And that's why President Trump has directed this to stop. And if you don't comply with federal law, we will hold you accountable. We did it to Illinois. Strike 1. Strike 2 is New York. And if you are a state not complying with federal law, you're next. Get ready. And the great men and women of law enforcement are standing behind me today. We have FBI, DEA, ATF agents. They put their lives on the line every single day to protect us. And what New York has, they have green light laws, meaning they're giving a green light to any illegal alien in New York where law enforcement officers cannot check their identity if they pull them over. Law enforcement officers do not have access to their background. And if these great men and women pull over someone and don't have access to their background, they have no idea who they're dealing with. And it puts their lives on the line every single day. Violent criminals, gang members, drug traffickers, human smugglers will no longer terrorize the American people. And that is why we are here today. You will be held accountable if you do not follow federal law. It's over, it ends, and we're coming after you.
Yes. Yeah, let's go. That's what we voted for. That's what we voted for.
Madam Attorney General, thank you and welcome to the Justice Department.
Thank you.
I have a quick on-topic and a quick off-topic question. On-topic, in your executive order or in your orders on the first day you were here, you talked about working with the Justice Department, or these sanctuary cities, as you say, will be punished. Today you're putting people on notice. Right now, we're just lawsuits. Is this going to go further? What kind of punishment are we talking about? Is there any grounds to charge individuals, charge politicians? How far is this going to go?
Well, we're going to see what they do next, David. We have sued them all. We've personally sued the governor, the attorney general, Letitia James, and Mark Schroeder with DMV because he has the green light laws. So what they have to do, they have to start complying with federal law. If they don't, we're going to appeal it, and we will win. They have to comply with federal law. Did you have a second question?
I did have a second off-topic question in this regard to the judiciary. Today, Elon Musk, who has enormous influence in the Trump administration, posted on X, quote, "There needs to be an immediate wave of judicial impeachments, not just one." As the Attorney General of the United States, how do you respond to that? Shouldn't the process work out in the courts before we talk about judicial impeachments? I mean, these are just TROs now at this time. Shouldn't these just play out?
Yeah, I haven't seen Elon Musk tweet. He is a friend of mine. He is a great man. I think he's very frustrated with what's happening in our federal government. You know, at USAID alone, they're giving out billions of dollars that should not be distributed. We're going to back him up. You know, we work our whole lives in this country, and we all pay taxes in this country. And for people to find out that $2 million is going to Guatemala for sex changes is outrageous. And we're going to back up Elon Musk every way we can. That includes lawsuits against these people who are doing that, and we will be successful.
Do you have concerns about judicial impeachments?
That's not going to happen now. We're going to look at everything. We're going to follow the law right now. We're going to follow the process. These are federal judges with lifetime appointments, but they will be struck down ultimately by the Supreme Court of the United States if the appellate courts don't follow the law as well.
Let's go.
Hi. I also have an on-topic and an off-topic.
Sure.
Shout out to Right Side
Broadcast
for the
legal
feed,
claims are
man.
you're
Shout out,
making in this
go
lawsuit?
follow them, man.
Absolutely.
Stay up on top
so
of the news, man.
The green light laws
It's
are
big news right here, though.
This is what the green light law says. It's a green light to illegal immigration, which says they can comply. That law is unconstitutional. They can't do that. And what they've done is they have a tip-off provision that requires New York's DMV commissioner to promptly inform any illegal alien when a federal immigration agency has requested their information. So think about the men and women in law enforcement behind me. That's basically, that's not basic. It's tipping off an illegal alien, and it's unconstitutional.
That's crazy.
And that's why we filed this lawsuit. And that's why
right
we charge Mark Schroeder, too, because he runs DMV. Oh, I'm sorry, you had a second question.
Yeah, my off-topic question. I wanted to ask about Mayor Eric Adams' case.
Tipping off the
as
criminals.
Of at least a few moments
keep
ago,
them from getting
SDNY still has
deported.
not
That's
dropped
wild.
that case. Have you
sanctuary states
or
got to
other
go.
DOJ leadership spoken to the acting U.S. attorney and SDNY
Shout out to
since the
everybody,
memo
man.
was sent earlier this week? And
know
what
it's
will
been a
you
minute.
do if she refuses to drop the case?
I have not spoken to her. I know our acting DAG, Emil Bove, has spoken to her, and Chad Mizell may have spoken to her, but that case should be dropped. It was done at the directive of Emil, so that case should be dropped. I did not know that it had not been dropped yet, but I will certainly look into that.
Ray, Daily Caller. Hi, thank you.
How are you?
Tom Homan suggested this week that someone from within the FBI may be leaking information about the ICE raids and that such could be putting officers' lives at risk. Has the DOJ gotten any closer to determining if these leaks are coming from within the FBI? And what will the consequences be if they can identify the leakers from the FBI?
Excuse me. Well, first, I can't talk about anything that is ongoing, and that is ongoing. And it's really for the similar reasons of what I said earlier. The great men and women in law enforcement standing behind me today, they must be protected. And anytime anyone leaks or tips off anything regarding a pending investigation, that jeopardizes lives. You're telling a bad guy what's about to happen. It could jeopardize the lives of all the men and women in law enforcement. We will not stand for it. We will find you. We're going to investigate it, no matter what agency it came from. We don't know for certain. We have an open investigation, so I can't talk about it in detail, but we will do everything in our power to hold you accountable, and it is a crime, and you will be prosecuted when we find you.
I got time for one more. Alana Austin, Newsmax.
Hi, Madam Attorney General. Thank you so much for your time. I was also interested in hearing specifically what the interactions have been like with Mayor Adams. And I know he has a little bit of a different tone than some of the other Democrats out of the Empire State. And then also Denver Mayor Mike Johnston, because before the President Trump went back into office, he had issued some words about a potential standoff and then walked that back. So I was curious to see what things have been like out of New York City and Denver officials.
Yeah, well, we're hoping that in New York, Mayor Adams is going to cooperate with us with the sanctuary cities and the illegal aliens. And has
Trump is trying to get him, trying to get that case dropped. He better cooperate.
Yeah, I believe Colorado is now cooperating. That's what we want. We don't want to sue you. We don't want to prosecute people. We want people to comply with the law. This is very simple. An MS-13 member murdered her daughter. That's happening throughout this country. We have one angel mom is too many.
For 4 years.
And we have angel moms throughout this country who should not be going through this. Comply with the law. This is the last thing we want to be doing. We want to be out there, all of us, fighting violent crime. Yet we're fighting illegal aliens, and that ends, and it's going to end today.
That's all we have time for, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's good stuff right there, man. It's about time, because they've been, it's been wild out here, man. The daggone past 4 years under Biden, man, it's been off the chain, man. So, about time. About time.
Announcing some charges against several people in New York State government, including the governor, Kathy Hochul, New York AG, Letitia James, Mark Schroeder of the New York DMV, saying that the green light laws are, quote, unconstitutional. The Attorney General saying this is a green light to illegal immigration.
We back.
AG Bondi saying the state government in New York, under these green light laws, is required to inform illegal aliens when a federal immigration agency has requested their information.
That's crazy.
Can you believe that? I mean, that is some shocking news right there, as you see a live picture of Manhattan, right there in Midtown Manhattan. So New York City, if you were watching earlier, we were talking about the fact that it snowed.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. So shout out to RSPN, man. I know I had to break in here and get on here for a minute. Get on some of these games, but yeah, man, a lot of stuff been happening. I just kind of been chilling since the election and stuff. So and just been staying focused on getting some work done and stuff like that. And ain't really been a lot of games out here lately, so kind of just taking it easy and chilling. But I'm going to get back on some games, man, here shortly. You know, ain't really much going on out here as far as the these PC games and stuff. You know, ain't really nothing hot going on. I've been playing I've been playing old stuff. I've been playing Battlefield. I've been playing Cyberpunk with with some mods and stuff like that, and Skyrim. Still playing that. I've been playing Mass Effect, Andromeda. Been playing a little bit of Pass Exile too. I just now got back into that. I kind of, when it first dropped, I've been playing it, and then I took a break, and kind of getting back into it a little bit. I've been checking out some of the Sons of Forest, which has been pretty cool. I did play a little bit of The Witcher 3 with some mods and stuff. I ain't really, I kind of dip in and dip out of it, you know. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody, man. I'm gonna get back into some games here in a few minutes, but I just wanted to jump in with that breaking news with Pam Bondi, the Attorney General. Shout out to her, man. We finally got Tulsi Gabbard in there too. That's what's up. So that's good stuff right there, man. We needed that. And Trump been out here like a wrecking ball, man. He been busy. I don't know how this dude even has the energy, man, because I struggle to find the energy every day. But this dude been going nonstop for the past 3 weeks. The president been signing executive orders, been kicking ass, taking names. Doge, with Elon, they've been finding all this corruption and stuff, man. This is wild. Our government is messed up, man. Spending all this money overseas and ain't helping the people, and their houses and all their houses got destroyed in Carolina and out there on the West Coast with the fires and all that. But they've been funneling money to help these illegal migrants, illegal criminal aliens is what they are. Yeah, all this money, man, it's ridiculous. And then to think about it, all your tax dollars have been going out the window to support this crazy stuff. So, yeah, I'm glad to see we finally got a president and an administration office that's going to take this country back and find out why all this waste and fraud has been going on in our government, so they can get that deficit down, because it ain't gonna never go down if you don't get rid of the rate of waste and fraud. So that's a must. So glad somebody doing something about it. Jeez. But yeah, man. But shout out to everybody, man. I'll get back on a little bit, man. Get some games in, man. But catch you on the next one, man. Peace. Gone.